to the cloud. So we have a couple of individuals who are joining. Aubrey, you are now going to be named the host, so you can do your thing. Hopefully, everyone, we're hoping that you can gather one little instance that you can add to your practice today, so you can increase the revenue and hopefully end the year strong, as this year has gone by really, really quickly. So with that said, I don't want to continue to ramble. We're going to hand this over to Mr. Aubrey Smith.
Yeah, thank you, Lewis. I appreciate it, and appreciate you guys giving me the chance to jump on today, you and Mark, for reaching out and getting this scheduled. So thank you. And you gave a nice little intro for what I plan to cover today, and obviously it'll be a wide array of topics. But just to touch on a few to start, obviously I want to talk about some updates to some products that we have, at least our top products that we have to offer. But then beyond just product talk, I mean, you can only get so much out of listening to somebody talk about products for so long. So I also want to touch on what the ideal candidate looks like for each of our products and what they're built to do and built to provide. So hopefully after today's session, that'll make a lot more sense to everybody. And you'll have a bit more understanding on some of our marketing pieces that we have and how they can be used with, or at least during the sales process, in trying to help figure out which product is the right fit for your clients that you're meeting with on a daily basis. So a few different things to cover. And if there's any questions, I guess if you want to hold them till the end, that's fine. It doesn't matter to me. I'm happy to answer anything. So yeah, don't hesitate to ask. So before I jump into the meat of the presentation, I first want to touch on the team that I'm a part of and the region that we're dedicated to. So I work with an external wholesaler, Brittany Sullivan, and she actually lives in Naples, Florida. And she's the one that's out traveling, meeting with advisors, going into their offices, going to different marketing organizations and meeting with them, making sure that, of course, they have a basic knowledge of our products, but also making sure that they're getting an acceptable level of service as well from not just me, but also my team and all of my other colleagues here at American Equity. So that's her role. My role as an internal wholesaler is mainly just to be a resource for all of you, at least the folks that live in Florida and Georgia, whether that's helping out with case design, helping out with applications, anything that's pre-sale is my role that I help out with. And then, of course, we have two great support reps as well on our team, Megan Stubbs and Wendy Venema, two great gals that have been with the company for some time now and have a lot of experience across different departments. So between the four of us, I feel pretty confident that we'll not only get your all questions answered correctly, but also making sure that you're receiving an acceptable level of service, not just for you, but also for your clients as well. So that's a quick little tidbit about our team and what we're doing. So next, I guess the approach that we try to take from the product manufacturer, if you will, our role here at American Equity is creating products that are built to help clients overcome all the different retirement unknowns that are going to exist leading up to retirement, but also throughout retirement as well. So I know there's a lot of different risks that many clients are going to face throughout retirement and leading up to it. And within all those different categories, a ton of different issues. I mean, a few that just kind of jump out right now that we're looking at, of course, Social Security. There's a lot of question marks around that. Are politicians going to continue to kick the can down the road until we reach that breaking point? I think in 2032, the early 2030s, I think is when some decisions are going to have to be made on funding. Inflation. That's a huge topic now that nearly everybody is faced with, whether you're going to the grocery store or purchasing any type of good, has been impacted by inflation, and also healthcare costs. I think we can all agree that healthcare costs are not anytime soon. And so all these different things are going to impact your clients throughout retirement. And really, it's how you react to that and how you protect yourself against these type of risks that is ultimately going to make the difference between having a successful retirement or potentially running out of money during retirement. And we all know that's one of the biggest fears that our clients have today is that of running out of money. So how can we prevent that? And what I'm going to do today with each product I talk about, I'm first going to pose a question to everyone and how the product is built to help answer that question for a lot of folks. Will I outlive my income? I think on average today, if a male reaches age 65, more than likely they're going to reach age 84. And then for a woman, they're going to live even longer, of course, on average to about age 85 if they reach age 65. So preparing for that 20 or 30-year retirement is vital nowadays, especially if you are planning to retire to age 65. And so that's a question that many people have to ask themselves: did I save enough? And what's an easy way to overcome the fact if I didn't? Well, an easy solution to making sure that your client doesn't run out of income, and all of us are going to be familiar with, I hope, is guaranteed lifetime income as a solution to this risk. And what does that look like from a product perspective? Well, that's included with our Income Shield 10. Now, the Income Shield 10 has been our top seller, I'd say, for the last 2.5 years, and for about 13 quarters in a row, it was the top selling income producing annuity in the market. I think already this year, it's already had over $1 billion in sales. And really the reason for that comes down to the fact of how competitive it is from a payout perspective. By increasing the bonus to 10%, a true bonus of that, not just a phantom bonus that's only applied to the benefit contract value as well. But because of the bonus, and also after an increase in payout factors to the product, quickly made it a very competitive, and again, providing some of the highest payouts in the industry today. Hopefully, if you're running some competitive intelligence quotes, you're seeing us firmly in the top 3, if not at number 1. So I know, again, that's another part of my role is providing illustrations to folks. So if you want to see something, let me know, and I'm happy to provide that to you. The other cool factor about the Income Shield 10 is the fact that it has different income riders to choose from. This isn't a one-size-fits-all type of product. It's got some customization aspects to it with these different income riders, because we know not every client needs income at the same time. And knowing that, we've got different income riders to match the time frame when your client needs their income. So if you have a client that needs income within the first year, there's an option for that. If you have a client that needs income in 5 years, there's going to be an income rider that's its sweet spot, if you will. And then likewise, if you have a client that needs income beyond 5 years, there's options for that as well. So again, some customizable factors within the product. And I think the other thing that is really useful for a lot of folks nowadays, especially for those that may not qualify for long-term care, is a well-being benefit or a wellness doubler. It's got a lot of different names across the industry, and we call ours our well-being benefit. And I'm sure most of you are familiar with this, where if the client can't perform 2 of 6 activities of daily living, they can up to double their income payments. Now, where we're a bit different from our competition, who may require the client to be confined in a facility or a hospital, we do not. The client can actually reside in the comfort of their own home, and as long as they can't perform 2 of those 6 activities of daily living, they can up to double that payment. So again, some nice flexibility there for the clients. And again, on the topic of flexibility, clients have the ability to add additional money to this product as they go. So there's a lot of things to love about this product, but again, it's built to do one thing in a great way, and that's provide guaranteed income. So if you're meeting with your client and maybe they mentioned to you that they're interested in some growth, this is not the product that I would consider. Again, this is only for guaranteed income, and specifically for folks that need guaranteed income within the first 10 years. That's kind of the sweet spot of the product. So if you've got a 55-year-old and their time horizon for income is maybe to age 65, this is definitely a product that I would consider. If we get beyond 10 years, then I'm not quoting this product. I'm actually looking at the next one I'm going to feature here in just a second. So hopefully that gives all of you an idea of the window of time that we're looking at, or at least the ideal client or ideal prospect that would fit this product. If they need income in less than 10 years, this is absolutely going to give them the highest payment that we have to offer. Okay. And I've got a nice marketing piece here to kind of go along with the Income Shield product. And this piece is more built to help prompt some folks to take action. I think a lot of people, they're afraid of running out of money, but they don't take any action with their income planning. And so this piece here is really meant to prompt them to take some action. And really, it talks about the savings that a client can experience by choosing to purchase an income plan sooner instead of kicking the can down the road and needing a substantially higher premium to get the same payout. You can see on this example, you have a client that decided at age 58, he was ready to go ahead and build out his income plan when he retired at age 65. And then we have another client that waited until age 64 and they needed that same income, but they needed a substantially higher premium to get that same income payment. So again, this is just a great piece to leave with your client to prompt them to take action with their income planning instead of just choosing to wait until there's a more convenient time. So a nice piece to leave with all your folks, and it's really been a popular one that I've sent out to quite a few advisors to help them during that sales process and trying to convince the client that this is the best move for your retirement, at least having a successful retirement. Now, the next question I want to pose to all of you, and again, sticking on the topic of income, it's that of, will my plan be able to keep pace with the cost of living and dealing with inflation? Now, what is a solution like? What does a solution look like for this type of issue? Now, we know almost all fixed index annuities, of course, well, all of them are going to provide protected growth potential. That's one of the great things about the fixed index annuity. And then, of course, protected income that comes standard with the product, that your income payment isn't going to go down. But what about the potential for increasing income payments to keep pace with inflation, going along with ongoing growth potential? What does that solution look like? What's the product that provides that? Well, that would be our Estate Shield 10. So the Estate Shield 10, in a nutshell, like you just saw in this previous slide, is built to provide increasing income, but the window of time that it's provided has to be at least 10 years. So if you have a client that can wait at least 10 years to utilize guaranteed income, then this would be the product that I would consider. So that it kind of goes hand in hand with the Income Shield, where you've got your product that gives income within the first 10 years, and then your product that provides income beyond 10 years. Now, some of the highlights of this product, it has a 35% bonus that's applied on all first-year premiums. And then it actually comes standard with only one income rider for folks, and there are absolutely no fees on the product. So I know that's been a big selling point amongst a lot of advisors lately is clients purchasing this. They don't have to pay a fee, and they still have that income rider benefit that they can then rely on after a 10-year wait. So that is one of the key considerations to make before you sell this product, is there is a 10-year wait for income. So it has to be the right prospect that has enough time to wait for income. But again, another great product if their main fear is their income not keeping pace with inflation. Now, on the flip side of this product, of course, the main benefit is the increasing income. On the flip side, the other benefit would be the death benefit options that it has available to the client's heirs or their beneficiaries. We're actually a bit unique where if, let's say, the client never utilized their benefit base and never started receiving income, well, the beneficiary can actually take a lump sum option from that benefit base that's equal to 75%. And that's unique in the industry. Usually most carriers require beneficiaries to split up that lump sum over a series of years. And we're actually giving them the ability to take out a lump sum. So a nice benefit there as well, and a product that does two things in a great way: increasing income and death benefits. So that's the Estate Shield 10 and the void that it tends to help fill with many folks. And I've got another nice marketing piece, really just meant to help prompt conversation with income planning with your folks, and really a fun exercise to do with your clients. It's more of a brochure, and I'm going to show you a couple pages. But the way the exercise begins is you start asking your clients, well, what do you want your retirement to look like? What do you want to account for? Obviously, we need to account for the certainties in life, taxes, mortgage, rent, whatever that is. You're going to have to account for that. So you'll need to circle those items here within the list. But what are the fun items? What are the fun things you want to do in retirement? You want to join the country club, get a boat, travel. What do you want that to look like? And so going in and circling all these different options can make it a fun exercise, and then taking the list that you've circled over to what looks like Maslow's hierarchy of needs and placing these on the pyramid can really help your client understand what they need to do to help plan to have that successful retirement that they want. So, of course, putting your essential expenses at the bottom, and then moving up to the essential lifestyle expenses that you could do without, but they're important. And then also moving up to spending that you would feel comfortable going without if you had to. And then finally, if you won the lottery, what would you spend it on at the top? So a fun exercise. Again, it's all about starting that process of income planning with your clients. And this is just one of the many resources that we have available to help you do that during that sales process. Now, on to the last question that I want to pose to all of you. We've talked about guaranteed income. We've talked about increasing income with the estate shield. Now I want to talk about accumulation, an accumulation-focused annuity. And of course, the question, can my retirement plan handle a market correction? Many retirees today have gone through a few different market corrections lately, whether that was the dot-com bubble or the Great Recession back in 08. And then also there's some steep losses that we saw back in 2020 as well. So folks it's fresh in their minds, and it's something that they need to account for in retirement to be able to withstand a market correction. So what does that solution look like? Well, again, we go back to the whole point of the fixed index annuity: principal protection and growth-minded features. But what about the ability to diversify within an annuity? How does that sound? And what about some volatility control indices to help manage the peaks and valleys that you're going to see in the market in any given year? What does that solution look like? And so we have our Asset Shield series of products that's, again, built to do one thing in a great way, and that's provide protected growth potential for clients. Now, the great thing about the Asset Shield series is you've got some flexibility of choices of surrender schedules. You've got a 5, 7, and 10-year option available. And I know many folks, maybe they're not comfortable with a 10-year annuity and locking their money up for that long. That's a fair argument. They've got a 5-year option where you can help them experience what the annuity is built to do, dip their toe into the benefits that the annuity can provide, and hopefully they'd have a good experience. So some nice flexibility there. And then the cool thing about this product series is clients have the ability to pay a fee and boost their caps and participation rates. So giving the product a bit more horsepower, a bit more earning potential by paying that fee. Now, the fee is completely optional, and I'm sure you have many clients that they're very fee averse and they want nothing to do with that, and that's fine. They don't have to include that on their policy. But whether you pay the fee or not, you can expect that greater upside potential versus a product like the Income Shield that's built for guaranteed income. So if what is mentioned in conversation to you during that sales process is that they want growth, maybe they're in a CD and they're not getting much of a rate there at the bank, and they want a bit more upside potential, then this is definitely the product to take a look at, whether that's the 5, the 7, or the 10. Now, it's mentioned in one of these points, it's got quite an extensive list of diverse indexes and strategies that are available for clients to choose from. And I'll just touch on these briefly. We don't need to get too down in the weeds, but similar, and the one analogy that I'll draw this to is a 401k and all the different asset classes that folks have to choose from within their 401k. You've got domestic asset classes to choose from, technology-focused index options, globally focused index options. I know I think just about every annuity today comes standard with the S&P 500 index available within, and of course we're the same. We've got that available. But then also you've got the Dividend Aristocrats option that's been pretty steady performer going back to 2010. So That's one difference there in that index versus other new ones that you see today, is that it has a history to it, a proven history of that, of providing consistent returns. And then, of course, you have another one associated with Bank of America, Credit Suisse option, and then also a SocGen global sentiment. Actually, I'll change the name of the Credit Suisse. I should have updated my slide. It's now the UBS Tech Edge Index after Credit Suisse went under here within the last few months. So again, a diverse list of indexes to choose from, and we've actually added some more to new products through BlackRock. And I think some of the numbers that I've seen as of yesterday, the BlackRock index was up about 7% since inception earlier this year. So that index is also looking really strong. And if you need an illustration to highlight that, again, I'd be happy to provide that for you. But a lot of great options to choose from. And that's one thing that we're trying to preach to folks is utilizing these different indexes, because they're all going to perform differently during different market conditions. So, utilizing the same strategy that you would with a 401k, you can do that here as well. Now, one big update that we did with the Asset Shield series here earlier this year, and it quickly became our #2 seller after the Income Shield 10, was the Asset Shield Bonus 10. And it's almost a mirror image of the Asset Shield 10 that we just talked about, but it comes up front with a 10% bonus. Now, where I'm seeing a lot of advisors utilize this product is folks that might be locked up in old annuities that maybe they had an income rider back in the day and the client never used it, or they never needed it for whatever reason. And the bonus, the 10% bonus, a lot of times can help offset any existing surrender charges that those old products might have. So using this to help replace old annuities and then giving clients a bit more upside potential is what this product is built to do. And so we've seen a ton of replacements, both internal and external, and utilizing this product and that 10% bonus that can help offset surrender charges. So it's quickly become a huge seller, and then folks love the story of the 10% bonus. And of course, the upside potential that comes expected with the Asset Shield series. So another nice product, and I was very excited to see it released earlier this year. Now, a couple more marketing pieces that I want to highlight on, and I felt like they kind of went more along with the story after we talked about accumulation. But this is our popular chart that we've had for, I feel like, 2 decades now. And of course, after updating it with 2022's numbers, the story of the fixed index annuity looks really strong after we saw the S&P 500 drop over the last couple of years. So, of course, you can see by the navy blue line, that's just a 10% cap rate on the S&P 500 that has outperformed it over this same time period. But instead of focusing on that, the real purpose of this marketing piece is to show how the annuity performs when the market doesn't perform well. You look at 2008 and you look at 2020. Of course, we saw the dip in the market that year. You don't see that same dip with the annuity on those different lines that are listed there. And so that's really the main focus of this piece, is to illustrate to clients, give them a nice visual on what the fixed index annuity, or at least how the fixed index annuity performs in poor market conditions. So again, this piece has been around for as long as I've been with the company, which is going back to 2015. And it was here even beyond that, and by far our most popular marketing piece. We actually have the ability to customize these and put your name, your business name, logo, whatever it is, on this piece, and then send you a PDF to do whatever you'd like with it. But I've seen some advisors turn this into a poster, maybe take the PDF to FedEx Kinko's and they have it printed out, blown up, and into a poster size type of display, and put that in their office. For a lot of folks. So great piece here. And then one final show all of you has been probably the second most popular piece, is showing where the annuity fits in the conversation in relation to, potential upside or, potential, risk in losing money, and how it compares to different investment vehicles in the financial world. So you've got anything from stocks all the way over to the other end with cash and no risk. And so where does the fixed index annuity fit within that? And so this is just a nice piece again to help clients understand, of course, what the annuity does, how it has the downside protection, and then the possible growth, but also how it relates to other investment vehicles that they've likely used in the past. So another nice piece that you can customize as well with your information. Now, just to recap real quick on all the products we talked about, I've got a range listed here. And of course, on one end, you see accumulation. On the other end, you see income. And we all know the income shield, of course, falls far on the income side of the spectrum. Again, providing that guaranteed income within the first 10 years, or at least the folks that need income within the first 10 years is where it fits. And then on the other end of the spectrum for accumulation, you've got the asset shield providing that upside potential. And then somewhere in the middle, you've got the estate shield that does of course, the increasing income and also death benefits. So maybe a little bit of a hybrid of the two in between there. So these are by far our top 3 products at the moment. They all do different things, but they only do one thing in a great way. And I think that's by design from the folks here at American Equity that created these products, is to keep things as simple as possible. I think it's safe to say all of you have a difficult job already and trying to attract folks. And so keeping things simple hopefully makes the sales process that much easier for all of you, and also helping your clients feel more comfortable when they can understand a product and the benefits it can provide. So finally, just a couple pieces. I need to toot our own horn, at least American Equity's horn. We were awarded the number one, a JD Power Award, #1 for best in customer satisfaction last year. And I mean, we couldn't be more proud of that. Our teams are working hard at the moment to try and keep up with the amount of business that's been submitted here over the last few weeks. I feel like we're setting sales records every week here. And so we've gotten a bit behind from a new business perspective, but teams are working overtime and working on weekends to try and keep up with all the business that's being submitted. And then one other award that we received came from Newsweek, being one of the most trustworthy companies in America, at least #1 in insurance. It is another thing that we're very proud of here. I know our teams work very hard. So always great to give everyone kudos here in all the different departments. One last thing, if all of you want to get your phones out, at least if you're not located in Georgia and Florida, we've got boots on the ground everywhere, every single state, every single region. You have a dedicated team of 4 to help you throughout the pre-sale process. Whether that's your external wholesaler showing up at your office to meet with you and help you better understand what we have to offer, or if you're talking to an internal wholesaler like me on the phone that resides in Des Moines, Iowa, or one of our support reps as well. We've got a huge team here to help all of you, again, understand our products, and then also make sure that you have everything that you need to run your business and represent our products and provide those to your clients. So take a picture, get the contact information, reach out to your marketing team, and set up a visit with your wholesaler. They want to come in and meet with all of you. And so please don't hesitate to reach out. So with that, that's really all I had. Mark, Lewis, I don't know if anybody has any questions in the chat, but I'll turn it back over to you guys. And again, thank you for the opportunity.
Absolutely. Thank you, Aubrey, for doing this quick session for us. We did have a couple of quick questions in the chat, and just wanted to probably reiterate a couple things. The younger clients in their 20s and 30s, if they have the money to put in, is it the Asset Shield 10, was it? Is that the good product for it?
Yep, Asset Shield 10 is definitely great for those younger clients. I'd say we see more folks maybe in their 40s or 50s, so they're still not quite at retirement age, but we see a lot of folks in those age bands using the Asset Shield 10 to help bridge a gap, so then they can purchase an income producing product 10 years down the road. So we see a lot more 40 and 50-year-olds instead of folks in their 20s and 30s, but it can certainly be a vehicle for those folks as well. Our minimum age is 18 for the Asset Shield products. So you can, again, if you've got a client that's interested in that, sure, you can write that product. Likewise, with the Income Shield, you have to be at least age 40 to purchase that product. So just something to keep in mind.
There was a question in the chat regarding the product with the 35% bonus. They were asking about the returns. Do you have anything on that?
Yeah, I'd say it's on average, it's built to do anywhere from 4 to 6%. So it kind of fits. I'd say on earning potential, you've got the Income Shield at the bottom in regards to rates. Again, it's built to provide income. It's not built for growth. And then you've got the Estate Shield providing anywhere from 4 to 6%. And then the Asset Shield 10, that is built to provide that upside potential. You're talking anywhere from 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We see double-digit returns quite often as well. Of course, the market conditions have to be right for that, but that just gives you an idea of the range of returns of the different products and where they kind of fit compared next to each other.
Awesome. California, great state of California. What can you say? Are there any benefits that are excluded? Any little tweaks?
So I briefly touched on the well-being benefit on the Income Shield, and I know that for a fact it's not in California. But the only other difference between our products in that state and everywhere else is they have 9-year versions instead of 10-year products. Other than that, all the other features are the exact same across the board.
I know we spoke about it briefly. Bonus program for American Equity. Did you want to touch on that?
Yep. So we've got our loyalty program going on right now, and the minimum level to be a part of it is $1 million. And by reaching $1 million, you can add 25 basis points on to the total comp that you're receiving when you write a product with us. And the cool thing is once you join the program, we'll actually retroactively pay you back to $1 like you were in the program the whole year. So let's say you're able to write $1 million by mid-year today. Whenever the next payment comes out, you'll be compensated for all the business that you've already sent us. So that's the minimum threshold. The next level is 2 million, and that gets you 50 basis points, and then 5 million gets you 100 basis points, and then 10 million plus will get you what did I say? 150 basis points for 10 million plus. So some substantial benefits for folks that are writing a large amount of business. And again, you can qualify one of two ways based on production from last year. If you did $1 million at least, that'll qualify you for next year, or you can join mid-year. So some nice flexibility about the program. And Mark and Lewis, I'll send you guys a piece after we finish, so it can be distributed, but a brief brochure on what that program provides and what it looks like from a dollars perspective.
Awesome. Are there any other questions out there that anyone has? You can unmute yourself and ask away.
Would you guys have a PowerPoint in regards to the information you provided?
I'm not able to send the PowerPoint out, but I know Lewis is recording it. Compliance won't let me send these out just because the information's always getting updated every few months. So I can't send the PowerPoint out, but with it being recorded, I hope you'll have access to it.
I will have this up on our website in the resource page by no later than tomorrow. And it'll point to our YouTube page. So you can definitely revisit this information if you need to.
Okay, that's fine.
And all these, I'm sorry to interrupt, all these marketing pieces too, they can be found on our website through your agent portal or through we've got another third-party website where they're available as well. I'll send those links to Mark and Lewis after we hang up today as well.
Perfect. Thank you, Arlene. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Any other questions? Golden. All right. Aubrey, thank you very, very much for your time today. Thank you everyone who joined us for your time. I know that it's extremely important, special. So for you to join us today, I'm truly grateful to have you part of our team. For those who have been with us for a while, thank you. For those who are new, we look forward to you working with us. We look forward to helping you guys increase your insurance revenue, whether it's with annuities, life, long-term care, disability, estate planning, what have you. Our only goal at Best Agency is to help you guys and to make it easier. With that said, thank you very much. I appreciate the time, and we look forward to seeing you guys again. Aubrey, thank you. Everyone, thank you.
Thanks, Aubrey.
Thank you, guys.